Good morning. I want to wish you a blessed Sunday morning. And for this Sunday morning, I always like to have announcements before we get into the message. And first, I wanted to start by thanking each person who participated in our 24 hours of intercessory prayer. We had 24 straight hours of intercessory prayer, and I want to thank each person who helped to make it successful. I'm going to go through and do something that I don't ordinarily do. I have a list here of the leaders who led prayer, and I want to start there and thank each leader. I want to thank each leader who took the time to lead prayer first. So Deacon Brown and Minister Jackson and Reverend Reed, Trustee Stevens and Deacon Purcell and Minister Michael Riddicks and Deacon Day and Brother Alfonso. He was slated to be with Brother Jeffries, and Deacon Brown was there for them, and Deacon Noakes, and Reverend Francis, and Sister Sean Floyd, and Deacon Carl, and Minister Dale, and Deacon Kearney, Sister Hendrick, Brother Robinson as well. I had scheduled Brother Robinson, but he told me he had to work, and I wasn't able to switch it. And so when I had scheduled it, I hadn't checked with him, but Brother Robinson was available for a latter time. So I'm going to thank you to Deacon Johnson and Sister Day, Deacon Gresham, and Deacon Randolph, Sister Purcell, Reverend Griffin, Dr. Hilliard, and every person who helped to make prayer a successful event. I also want to thank Minister/Deacon Monroe. Deacon Monroe did a wonderful job. He does a wonderful job of making sure everything is in order. And Deacon came on with some people to help out and to fill in the gaps in terms of with people. And so I want to thank him for that and what he did, Deacon Monroe. And in compiling the list, Deacon always puts the list together. Then I go through it. Deacon prays, goes through it. Then I pray, go through it, and make some adjustments. But Deacon does a wonderful job. Deacon's always my right-hand man I can count on 24/7. And so I want to thank you, Deacon, for all that you did. And then I want to thank each person who came on to intercessory prayer. Some of you on there for hours and hours and hours, and that's a wonderful thing. We were praying and praying and praying. I want to thank you for coming on. Some people come on voluntarily. I want to thank you. Some come on forcibly because their family members forced them, but I want to thank you too. Anybody who took the time to join us for intercessory prayer. And our goal is to keep this effort going and growing. Our next intercessory prayer, because I'm going to start early now, I need to plan it out early. It's going to be on the first Saturday in December, the first Friday in December. I believe that's the 4th. So you can put that down now. You got to work or do something, start scheduling off already. December the 4th at 8 p.m. to Saturday, December the 5th. I believe I had a date right, but it's the first Friday to the first Saturday. So the first Friday to the first Saturday. And then we're going to get to some other things, but intercessory prayer. That'll be our next 24 hours of intercessory prayer. And this is a great effort that we're doing. Great effort that we're doing. And I always pray about who leads prayer. I always have some central leaders do it, but I'm going to give opportunities to different people who I feel God is showing me is growing spiritually to be able to lead prayer. It's a great opportunity. Sometimes people see it as a burden, but think about this. It's always an honor because I pray about it. I got to see some spiritual growth and development if I select you in terms of leading something in the church body. And so we had a wonderful time. I'm very pleased by that effort, and we did an excellent job in terms of intercessory prayer. The only glitch was sometimes I believe it disconnected. I saw like 2 times because the key is we can't put in the access code. If somebody puts in an access code, a PIN, not people who call in to listen, but those who lead, while it's already set, when that other person leaves the line, it'll cancel the whole phone line. And so for next time, what I'm going to do is just lock the PIN down so that no pins can be put in. You still put in your access code, but I'm going to just change the PIN so no pins can be put in to keep it running. So we'll have 24 hours intercessory prayer the first Friday in December, and that'll run till the first Saturday. That's exciting. That's good news. And I keep saying for prayer, feel free to pray. Feel free to pray. That's the time when you can pray and pray and pray for our intercessory prayer effort. So that's a wonderful thing that we're doing. I'm very pleased by our intercessory prayer effort and what was taking place yesterday and what took place. There's great power in prayer. And that focus is one I prayed over in terms of the focus for prayer. And we want to also pray for the president. I mentioned this yesterday, and I'll mention it today again as well. We want to pray for the president, his wife, and those in Congress and the Senate, all those who have COVID-19. Now, you know this by now. I don't agree with him on many things. And I've talked about him being a racist, discriminating against people, disliking blacks, Hispanics, all minorities, the poor, and I don't agree with his policies and a lot of different things, but I still have to pray for him. I'll pray for him. It doesn't matter who it is, I will still pray for someone. Sometimes it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It isn't easy to pray for everybody. Sometimes when you know somebody's doing wrong and you know they're contributing to the demise of a country or a people, I'm not going to pray for people I don't want to pray for. But the key is I got to submit to the will of God. And so we want to continue to pray for him. Pray for him. I don't want to see anything bad happen to him. Even when someone isn't for you, you still got to be for them and their welfare. And so we want to continue to pray for him, pray for his wife, and pray for everybody who has the coronavirus. That's one of the great signs of maturity as a Christian, is when you can pray for those who don't like you. When you pray for somebody and you know they're not even praying for you, that's great depth as a Christian. And so we want to continue keeping in prayer. But I wanted to thank each person who came online for prayer. And one of the keys we're going to utilize, I think I have it somewhere over here. I thought I did. But one of the things we're going to do, I was looking for it, is I had a ballot somewhere, is vote. Be sure to vote. I thought I placed it over here. But be sure to vote. Take time and vote. Register to vote. They mailed mine here. I'm going to go and drop it off at the voting station, the polling place, and submit it. But I just got it Saturday. Vote. Exercise your constitutional right and go ahead and vote. Pray over your ballot. Ask God who you should select. Take your ballot and you hold it in your hand and pray over it. And pray, Lord, who would you have me to vote for? Now, some things are common sense. I'm going to say some things are common sense where you should know if somebody not for me, I'm not voting that way. But you still need to pray for direction. Because some names come on there you don't even recognize, and you got to vote for certain people. And you got to ask God, God, lead me. And God, select the person who's going to do best. Who's going to do best for the country and going to do your will. That's the key in terms of voting. So be sure to vote. Continue to vote. For this coming week, I just want to hit on some announcements really quick. For the sermons going forward, I took a look at the last one, and one of the things I'm going to do going forward is make sure they have a break in them for a benediction. So even if it's 2 parts to a sermon, I'm going to make sure a benediction is put on it now. So it won't break abruptly. It won't break abruptly. And so it'll be a nice transition to it. I'm going to make sure. And there'll be a benediction. So it'll end, there'll be a benediction to it. For today, what I'm going to do is 2 things. So one, this will be announcements. And after this will be praise and worship. I'm going to attach it to this. And the entirety of the last sermon, since it had a break, is going to go on a separate video. So on YouTube, you're going to see 2. This is one video, and then the next one will be the whole sermon. The power of the Holy Spirit, and that's an hour plus, but the whole thing will play parts 1 and 2 together. So you can watch the whole thing at one time. I just try not to overwhelm you with too much at the same time. And so you'll be able to watch the whole thing. And then in the coming weeks, if God gives me 2 parts to something, a long, very long sermon, I'll make sure there's a benediction attached, so it's a better viewing experience. For the choir, what I want, we're going to start a virtual choir. So Sister Thomas, you're going to get them together virtually. That way, get Sister Town, Sister Cole, you're going to figure this out. virtually. You can give some virtual praise and worship. You can use Zoom, GoToMeeting. You're going to find a way. And you're going to make it a joyful noise. I always say we ain't going to sing, make an awful noise. We're going to sing a joyful noise. I want to hear the choir sing some of the songs I talked to Sister Thomas about. I listen to a lot of contemporary music, and that's a direction I'm seeking to go, even in terms of the church. This is a good transition for us because it's telling us, come as you are. I'm not going to require when we come back, you have to dress up or wear this color or that color. It's going to be come as you are. The church has to be transformed today to meet the needs of society. So to be come as you are. You don't have to worry about the colors or I got this suit, that. You can just come as you are. The key is come with the right heart. That's the key. Come with the right heart. Don't worry about the wardrobe, the heart. And so I want you to get something together for me, Sister Thomas, in terms of the choir. I'm going to want to hear that. Give me one great praise and worship song. That's what I want. One. Give me one. And find something and give me one of those. This coming week, I just want to hit upon this quickly. But we got a couple of announcements. It's very important. Church-wide prayer is this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Come on the prayer line. We have church-wide prayer. Join us for church-wide prayer on this Wednesday. 6 p.m. church-wide prayer. 7:15 Bible study. You can always go to YouTube, see Bible study. I also want to thank Minister Jackson and Deacon Day for their testimonies concerning God's advocacy. And coming up this week, I'm looking to hear from Sister Noakes and Sister Gould, Taisha Gould. Those two together are going to give us their testimonies about God's advocacy. On Monday night, because Christians can have fun, I want us to know Christians can have fun. Or let me correct that, on Monday at 1 p.m., it's still game night. So if you go to bed early, it's game night. But at 1 p.m., it's seniors game day. And so contact Deacon Noakes and Sister Noakes. All you have to do is click a link. It's click a button, register for it, and there's going to be an online game activity. If you can't use a computer, you can't use your phone like that, you can dial in and participate. You just get on your phone, dial the phone number they're going to give you, and you're a part, and you can participate. They're going to have Bible trivia and different games. So it's going to be a wonderful time, a fellowship. And every month, the seniors going to have game day. And then on Wednesdays at 12, you got senior Bible study. And the seniors know I love my seniors. And so be a part of senior Bible study and senior game day. Senior Bible study, you have Reverend Francis and Reverend Griffin are doing that as a collaborative effort, the senior Bible study. Also, we have our youth game night on Wednesday at 7 p.m. That's youth game night, Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the young people. And that's something I'm looking to do is in the youth game night. They have a video game night as well, virtually. So we're going to deal with PlayStations and Xboxes. You got a PS5 that's coming out soon, but different systems. We're going to keep the youth engaged. So we're going to keep them engaged. And remember the Marriage Ministry event on this Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. You can register online. You can talk to Deacon and Sister Purcell, the Marriage Ministry event, Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. this coming week. I'm also planning, and it's tentative for now, and I'll let you know for sure, but I'm thinking about this Thursday or Friday after one of the events. I'm going to do something I've been talking about, having like a young adult. It'll be a young adult Bible study / rap session for young adults. I'm going to bind together and tie together. So I'm going to give more information about that Wednesday, but start preparing for that. Start contacting different people so we can be prepared for that. And I'll give more information about that Wednesday, but I'm still going through that in my head. I want that to look. And so we're going to look for that to come as well. And remember the women's fitness and the men's fitness. The women's fitness we do on Thursdays at 7:15 p.m. The men's fitness we do on Mondays now at 7:15. Join us before Monday Night Football. So the men, you can join us before Monday Night Football. And so you can be a part. And remember the pantry this week at 10 a.m. On Saturday at 10 a.m. to 11:30, we have the pantry. The pantry will take place. And this is the week. I'm also sending out information for those who are interested in the investment club. That'll go out this week. I was supposed to do it last week, But I had everything under the sun happen last week, and I was on the go doing this, and this. But that'll be sent out this week, as well as what needs to happen in terms of contributions, the bylaws, all of that will be distributed. The minutes from the meeting, that'll be distributed this week. And so I just want to let you know, have a blessed Sunday morning. And as you see, be safe. The coronavirus is still out there, and that's why we haven't resumed services yet. I know some churches, a couple of churches have opened, not all, most are still closed, but some have. It's still not safe to me to reopen yet. And so keep praying, and we're going to wait until in God's time and it's the right time. Because some things are opening up and they're closing down again. I even saw in the NFL, they canceling games because people getting the coronavirus. It's hitting, you see the federal government, it's hitting all over colleges, universities, because they reopening too soon for money. We're going to wait and do it in God's time. And I have weird faith where I believe God's got to sustain Mount Zion. God's got to make sure that there's enough money to pay the bills and things can be done. God has to do that. The last thing I'm going to hit upon is, remember Haiti. This is the last Sunday I'm going to mention it. Give your contributions towards Haiti. This is the time we pay the money towards Haiti. And so give your contributions. So whatever big check you holding back, go ahead and trust online and go ahead and contribute to Haiti. Just mark it for Haiti and contribute online. I want you to know, have a blessed day. God bless you. I'm praying for you and love you. God bless you. Be blessed this Sunday morning.
Bigger than the universe, you're bigger than the sun and the stars, you're bigger than the things, oh my, that can tear me apart. You're bigger than the universe, you're bigger than the sun and the stars, you're bigger than the things, oh my, tear me apart. For I know you're great in all the earth. For I know you're great in all the earth. You're bigger than the problems I face, bigger than disasters I've seen. You're bigger, you're so much bigger, Jesus, than what this life may bring. You're bigger than disasters I've seen. You're bigger, you're so much bigger, Jesus, than what this life may bring. For I know you're great in all the earth. For I know so great in all the earth. For I know so great in all the earth. You're bigger. The stripes on your back, they make you bigger. Your love, that makes you bigger. Your blood, that makes you bigger, Jesus. You're so much bigger. You're so much bigger, much bigger. You're bigger. You're bigger, Jesus. You're bigger. You're bigger. You're bigger, Jesus. You're bigger. You're bigger. Bigger, Jesus. You're bigger. The blood that Jesus shed for me. Way back on Calvary, the blood that gives me strength from day to day. It will never lose its power. It soothes my doubt.